The rest of the news Wednesday. Good morning. It's raining here in the Dallas area. You can probably hear it. Leon, good job tonight. So began the president's entrance into the representatives' chamber for the State of the Union speech. We know this morning he was referring to the U.S. Navy SEALs' rescue of 2 aid workers who were taken hostage by Somali pirates last October. An American woman and a Danish man, and it's not known if it was the famous SEAL Team 6. The 34-year-old woman and the 60-year-old man worked with the Danish demining group. Continuing State of the Union coverage now. The First Lady wore a sapphire blue dress by Los Angeles designer Barbara Fank, who describes the sheath as a crisscross bodice, cap-sleeved slim dress in silk twill. The Hollywood Reporter notes that added sparkle included a tasteful pop of embellishment at the neckline. The New York Times quote of the day is from the President's State of the Union. "We will not go back to an economy weakened by outsourcing, bad debt, and phony financial profits." That's all, folks. Mr. President said the message is simple. It's time to stop rewarding businesses that ship jobs overseas and start rewarding companies that create jobs right here in America. Tech firms that make the gadgets we all love are some of the most egregious offenders of outsourcing. Here's the news on Apple. Last quarter's profit more than doubled on demand for iPhone and iPad. Now the world's most valuable tech company, Apple. Net income, $13.1 billion last quarter. 37 million iPhones sold last quarter. Stock price up to $429 per share. And the company is sitting on almost $98 billion in cash and investments, and may use some of that money to buy out its suppliers. Let's hope they bring jobs back home to America from sea to shining sea. The long-distance calls began today in 1915, nearly 100 years ago. First call made by the inventor of the phone, Alexander Graham Bell, in New York to his assistant, Thomas Watson, in San Francisco. Maybe he said, "Come here, Mr. Watson, I want you," as he did on the very first phone call ever from one room to another in Menlo Park, New Jersey. Norah Jones is releasing her 5th album this spring called Little Broken Hearts. Recorded in Los Angeles, produced by and co-written with Danger Mouse. She's still on Blue Note. World Economic Forum begins today in Davos, Switzerland. Mick Jagger has backed out of an event to promote Britain. He was to appear with Prime Minister David Cameron, but said he didn't want to be involved in politics. It's a bit of an embarrassment for the government. Mick said he was being used as a political football, although he will still attend Davos, just not in an official capacity. Some news coverage in the UK suggested Jagger had finally come out as a closet Tory. During these years of global economic turmoil, Davos has become much more sober, although even with the European debt crisis, there is a sense of renewed optimism this year for the first year since 2008. We all will be getting it, and the lead sentence in the LA Times pretty much puts a bumper sticker on it. Love it or hate it, Facebook's timeline will be mandatory on your profile soon. This will happen over the next few weeks, but Facebook will graciously grant everyone 7 days to clean up your past life forever and all the world to know. Unfortunately, the president did not address the issue in last night's State of the Union, but Google Plus is looking better and better. See you tomorrow somewhere. iTunes. We're on iTunes now in the podcast. Thanks for listening. This is Dan Earhart. The rest of the news.